Video for some of you guys who really want to paint your car. Maybe your car just looks like crap. Like, look at this car over here. I'll show you in a second. Yeah, maybe your car looks like this, and you're just going, man, dude, I'm so sick of my car looking like this. I just want it to look like that. You know, well, you don't want it to look better than this. You're not going to get it like that the first time. But you just look at it and you go, man, dude, it's just paint's all falling off, whatever. This is how I started out. I had an old beat up B-dub, and I wanted to paint it. I just didn't want it to look crappy like this, So I said, man, I'm going to paint my car. And that's how I learned everything that I know now. It's where it all started in high school. And maybe you're in that point in your life right now. You're just like, hey, man, I'm willing to do it. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to do the best I can. Let's see how it looks and make it look good. And if it doesn't look very good, hey, I don't care. I'll give it a shot. But you really don't have a whole lot of money. So I'm going to tell you how to do it on the absolute cheapest of the cheap. The cheapest of the cheap guy of the cheapest of the cheap guy. And sorry, I was just checking my lights on. And so you say, hey man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make my car look cool. Let's go back and check out the V-dub again. Now, I've seen guys go out, sand their car down, and shoot it with Rust-Oleum. Oh, come on. That is just too cheap. I mean, $40 a gallon, you're going to get thinner, you're going to get all that stuff. You're going to do all this work, and it's going to last you 6 months. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't do that myself. So how do you, this thing got really crapped out. How do you do that? I'm going to look at the truck again. How do you get your car painted with car paint really cheap? Let's talk about this for a little bit more. So you decide, hey man, I'm going to sand this thing down. I want it to look as close to the best I can do. And where do I get my paint really, really cheap? What's the cheapest thing I can do? Here's how you can do it. There's a couple things you can do. One thing you can do is you can go to the paint store and you can look for something called mismatch paint. So you go to a couple different automotive paint stores and they have mismatch paint. You try and find something close to what you have. And sometimes I used to do this back years ago. I go there and get mismatch paint, and I would get 2 or 3 different colors. And I would say, hey man, if I mix this one with this one, and it might come out pretty close, and you get them super cheap. It's super, super cheap, cheaper than even Rust-Oleum. And then I'd sand it down with 220 and do a little bit of priming with some cheap lacquer primer. Doesn't work very good today, but it does work. It doesn't work very good, but it does work. Then sand it down, do your priming with a lacquer thinner, get some polyester glazing putty, do your dents, and push a lot of them out. Look at some of my other videos on how to do body work. Get all done with it and actually go ahead and paint the whole car. So this one's going to get done. I'm tired of this truck looking bad. Yeah, left the ghosting on there and everything. I just haven't got to it yet. I've just been busy with other things. So I hate when my truck looks bad. This is embarrassing. Wow, I've never had my trucks like this until recently. So got to update this thing. Already got the paint ready. Just got to do it one of these days here. But so you go down and get the mismatch paint. Now, if you're getting base coat, single stage urethane is going to be the cheapest thing because you don't have to put any clear on it. At least you get it sanded down, you get it painted. I just came from South Carolina, North Carolina, and Florida, and there's a lot of people there that are, they don't have a lot of money. So that's why I'm kind of going over this. Maybe you live in one of those, live in some area like that, and you really just don't have anything, but you just don't want your car to look like crap, So, so really that's how you can do it. Get yourself some base coat, get yourself some, they have these budget clears. I've seen them as cheap as like $50 for a budget clear, but you know, if you spend about 65, you can get them a little bit better. You know, in some of those other states that have higher VOC limits in California, and then just take that sucker off and do the body work and find that mismatched base coat that matches close to your color. And so let's say a couple ways you can do that. Let's say you have like a quart of the similar really close color. You could spray another color base coat over that, and then just use the quart and just mist it over the very last part. You know, the last coat, you mist it with the right perfect color, and then clear it. You're good. That's how you can do that cheap. Now, another way to get paint very cheap or free. How about free paint? Back in my old days, I worked for this old Mexican guy, and he was cool, man. He used to go, "Hey, man, we're gonna go over to my buddy's shop," and I'm going, "Yeah, what are you gonna do over there?" He goes, and he paid me. I was made like, you know, I don't know, $5 an hour or something like that back then, and that was a lot of money for, you know, back then. I thought, man, that's good money because the minimum wage was $3.35. So you know, he goes, "Hey, let's go get some paint." I'm like, "Where are we gonna get paint?" He goes, "Oh, in the body shop. I'm gonna go through their cupboards and find all the stuff that they're not going to use." So if you can get friends with the body shop, a lot of times they have paint, little, you know, there might be that much in a quart, you know, a bunch of different quarts, and it gets out of control in one of those places, and they'll go, "Hey, yeah, I'll let you have all these and get them out of here. Just don't throw them in the trash because we don't want to get in trouble." And you take those quarts and mix them all together and try to find the ones that are like. So if you're working with base coats, you find all the base coats, you mix them together. If it's single stage urethane, mix them all together. And now you go, "Wait a minute, we don't have any hardener for this." Well, if it's a 4-to-1 single stage urethane, a lot of times the 4-to-1 hardeners will work. So you can just get another 4-to-1 hardener for even I've even used it for clear, and do a little test, you know, mix up a little bit, try it and see if it makes it get hard. If it does, it'll probably work. Okay, those are little tricks. These aren't approved body shop methods, but I'm talking about you guys who are at the house who just want to paint your shit. You just want it to look cool. You know, you don't want it to look like that car over there. You want it to look like this one, because you don't have any money. So this is how you do it. You go to the body shops and make friends with the painter and say, "Man, someday I want to be a painter, but you know, I don't have anything. Do you have any like quarts of, you know, half quarts and little stuff you're not going to use?" And a lot of times they'll go, "Yeah, dude, I'd love to get rid of this whole cupboard right here. It's full of stuff that I want to get rid of." So that's how you do it, on the super cheap. And man, I hope you guys can get something done. I mean, that's what motivated me many years ago, was just like, hey, I had no money. I was really broke. I didn't have anything, and but I wanted to do it. I just wanted to do the work. If you're willing to do the work, you should be able to do it. You know, that's what it's all about. So, you know, don't let money stop you from doing what you want to do. You know, there's a way to do it. You don't say, "Hey, no, I don't have the money, so I'm just going to leave my car looking like crap. You know, I'll just leave it like that." You know, come on, you can do it. That's how I learned. So the Bug, I got some wheels painted. I just shot the middles with black. I'm gonna tape those off, and then shoot the outer parts with white here pretty soon. Just been really busy. Just got back in town. Did a bunch of stuff in Florida and in South Carolina, Georgia. A lot of painting over there, stuff, you know, no cars. I don't do that for work. Signs, guys, signs. So, did a lot of stuff like that, and came back, put a bunch of stickers up, and now I'm getting back to work here, and just thought of this little video and wanted to make it for you. Talk to you in the next one.